Another chapter of Gachiakuta has come and gone, and in all honesty, this was also another pretty great chapter, as things didn't go as I expected, but the unexpected just made this chapter even better. Because I'll just say this, and this is probably going to be the title of the video. That's one way to use a box. But yeah, not too much happened in this chapter, but we got some nice stuff with Rudo. We had to see stuff with the box. We also got to see what Zodyl has been up to this entire time while this whole trash beast thing was going on. Pretty decent stuff. And I'm looking forward to see how this plays out in the near future, as it seems like this arc is basically over, and we might actually get full-on information on what's going to happen next, unless Zodyl jumps in and does something unexpected. Before we jump right into the things, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. Really helps and ensures you guys enjoy the content I make here on the channel and shows you want to see more. The last Gachiakuta video wasn't too spectacular, but I'm going to keep it up a little bit to try and see if you guys are continuing to enjoy it, as I do want to talk about this series a lot more, because it's just so much fun to read and I just really want to keep talking about it with you guys. But with that out of the way, let's jump right into things. So chapter 104 of Gachiakuta, The Box. Aptly titled, plays right into the chapter 100%. We start the chapter catching up with Zodyl, as he's actually been watching everything play out the entire time. As we remember, the main reason the trash beast attacked in the first place was because Zodyl's group kind of made a noise to antagonize it a little bit, to cause the cleaner some trouble. And this whole time, Zodyl has just been waiting in the wings, observing. And I like this one image on the first page with Zodyl looking with his mask on in the shadows, just he's giving real Predator vibes. And I freaking love it. Very menacing, very foreboding. It fits Zodyl to a T. But he goes on to say, so that's what the information broker was after, that box. As we get a nice double page spread showcasing the trash beast in the middle of the swamp staring down the cleaners, as we cut to see a bit more of the action with Enjin trying to hold off the trash beast while Rudo is figuring out what to do with the box. Zodyl continues to ponder, stating its box has been stolen, but the trash beast doesn't react to it, nor does it react to Rudo holding the box. Based on its movements, it's only trying to get rid of whoever gets its attention. As Zodyl begins to think, if not the box, what is the trash beast guarding? 2 pages in and we're already getting a pretty interesting question. The fact that the trash beast is more concerned over what's getting its attention instead of the thing that was seemingly guarding is an interesting question. Is the box itself what it's guarding, or is the box just a lead to what else it's guarding? Perhaps it's deeper in the swamp where its head is supposed to be, where its core is supposed to be, or something else. It's still very unclear, but the box most likely is definitely connected to whatever it is, as it was seemingly being guarded by the trash beast. My interpretation of it to an extent is that the trash beast didn't even know that it was guarding this box and it was just part of its body, and it being removed, they just didn't notice it. So that's also a possibility. But Zodyl brings up interesting questions that I do think will play a part into how this arc ends and what we see with the box. We get a really interesting panel where we see through Rudo's eyes, as his eyes open up, looking and staring down at the box. As Follow begins to talk to Rudo and asking him if he's sure about using the box. They don't even know anything about it. As we're literally getting a full first-person perspective through these next few pages, as we hear Rudo's thoughts. As he states, Follow thinks the box can't be trusted. Kuro only cares about what's inside the box, as he's being kinda jovial, nodding his head. Rudo looks and feels and moves around the box in his hands. As then Follow begins to say, you got that box from the information broker. You have no idea what's even inside it. It can't be a good idea to open it. I know, if you want to open it, if you want info, it smells like trouble. But if you really need to do something with it, use my hammer, and then, but as we get an image of the hammer that Follow has, that is his cherished item that he's been taking care of, we get an image of what happened with Rudo and how the last time he used somebody else's item, it broke. I forget when this was. I can't remember the exact chapter, but I think this might be the chapter where they fought Jabber for the first time, and he used Grisha's amulet for the first time, and after its use, it disappeared and got destroyed. So I think that might be what Frollo is thinking of, and that's what he's afraid of as he stops talking. But he keeps on saying, even if you do use that thing, how is a box supposed to be a trash beast? Obviously, moving past his initial take of using his hammer, as, yeah, there's a good chance that once Rudo uses it and brings out its potential, it will be destroyed, as that's seemingly what Rudo's ability is, fully manifesting the powers of the trash, and thus making it fulfill its purpose and it dissipating. And Frollo, obviously not wanting his cherished item to basically be destroyed after one use, despite it being used for its full potential, he changes the subject back to what's going on with the box and how he would be able to use it to fight a trash beast. But Enjin, continuously fighting off each of the trash beast's advances, goes on to say, that's literally the last thing we need to worry about. When it comes to figuring out how to use an object, Rudo ticks all the boxes, as Enjin destroys another one of the trash beast's arm, but it will end up regenerating. Rudo then removes his mask as he continues to think, as we get flashes of everybody in the area that is talking to him about the box, stating, okay, I get that he has faith in my power, Enjin. I get that he has concerns about playing along with Kuro's scheme, Frollo. And I get that he's using me to find out what's inside, Kuro. But Rudo goes on to state, nobody gives a turd about the box itself. As he begins to think more on things, stating, Spherite, tribesfolk, son of a murderer. People only ever look at the outside. I couldn't help projecting my feelings onto that box, and it made me kinda sad. It made me feel funny in my chest. As then we get a nice double-page spread with Rudo holding up the box, using his Jinki to activate its abilities and bring out the full potential of the box, stating, and it made me want to make this guy shine. Honestly, this really does play a lot into the themes of Gachiakuta, about looking at things at face value, not discounting things as trash, and that everything at its core has value and deserves to be looked at equal opportunity, and it fits Rudo's character and how he's felt his entire life. So I kind of like that he's literally using this box as an analogy for himself in this instance, and takes into account everybody's thoughts on the matter, as one just cares about Rudo's power right now, one is concerned about the other party's involvement in true motives, and the other just wants information from the object, not caring about the object itself. And that fits Rudo's entire life up until this point, even with the cleaners to some extent, despite them fully acknowledging who he is. The box itself, the item, the trash, is what Rudo sees a lot of value in no matter what. So, staying true to Rudo's character, I really like it. But as Rudo activates his Jinki's ability, a big flash occurs as dust and trash burst open from the scenes, as everybody is being knocked back. Rudo keeps saying, I know it's got a lot of history, but I never touched this object before today. Still, I feel a crazy huge rush of energy coming out of it. As Kuro is clutching his fist, Rudo states, this isn't just from my power. As then, Rudo finally opens the box, with a ray of light bursting out, engulfing the area, blinding everyone. As he states, it's like this inanimate object turned to look at me, as it blinds everybody and catches the attention of the trash beast. As a huge pillar of smoke appears and emerges, the trash beast looking closer into this smoke, as we see Rudo high up into the sky, seemingly on an object, looking like he's quite literally standing on business. As he states, boxes aren't there just to be opened. As in another 2-page spread, teeth begin to appear, and the giant box comes out, as Rudo literally turned the box into a giant, well, I guess mimic from RPG games. A giant box monster with jagged teeth and a seemingly bottomless pit on the inside and demonic looking eyes, stating they're there to put stuff inside them. As then the trash beast is then bitten by the giant monstrous box and then continuously chomped and ripped apart, as the box then pulls out the top layer of the trash beast, beginning to pull apart its very head, its core from the bottom of the lake, and then gobbles and slurps it up, defeating the trash beast guardian, with the last panel of the chapter being Rudo stated there, all clean, as the chapter is over. So, honestly, pretty quick chapter, a lot of double page spreads, a really cool action set pieces, and like I said at the beginning, that is one way to use a box that legitimately did not occur to me, on the fact that it would literally use its full power to have it just take in the trash beast to defeat it. Make it into a giant animate object to an extent, a monstrous box that will chomp, rip, and then devour what's in its wake, essentially stealing it inside seemingly, was not on my bingo card. But it was kind of creative, and it was something completely out of left field that I did not expect. So props to the chapter for that. But I do like how Rudo also kind of used the box as an actual source of symbolism for himself and everything that's going on with his life, how everybody views the box and how he projects how people have viewed him onto the box. Very on the nose, but I do really like it. And lastly, Zodyl, of all people, just chilling in the tree, old Predator style, trying to see what's going on with his prey, trying to get his own information and wondering and asking the actual questions. Was this thing actually guarding? Was it actually the box, or was it something else? Or maybe it's even something related to the box. That is interesting questions, and I know now the Trash Beast Guardian is taken down. The cleaners are probably exhausted. Enjin and Rudo are most definitely exhausted from this. But Zodyl and the Raiders are going to jump on in and probably steal the box. Maybe Kuro, for all we know. The arc is seemingly over after this boss fight, but something could still happen. It's Gachiakuta. You never really know how things are going to play out. I do think Zodyl has definitely got something up his sleeve in regards to Kuro and now taking into account the box. Still, gotta know why it has the Watchmen series symbol on it, but that is a question that will be answered relatively soon. I really hope so. And I really do hope we get actual information on the Watchmen series from Kuro. So we just gotta look back and think and wait for what's gonna happen next chapter. But that was it for Gachiakuta 104. What did you guys think of this chapter? How do you feel about the literal page turn that we got in this chapter and how the box was utilized in an actual fight? Rudo having his whole self-reflection moment. I love the POV for like most of the chapter was through Rudo's eyes. And I love seeing Zodyl just lying in wake and asking questions and seeing what's going on. What do you think is going to happen now? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. It really helps and ensures you guys enjoy the content I make here on the channel and shows you want to see more. When Gachiakuta videos do a lot better, I will eventually make more standalone Gachiakuta videos that aren't chapter reviews way down the line if these get popular enough, so look forward to those.